Lost in the Infinite. Chapter 1. The mission begins. Jackson stood on the platform of the space station, staring into the infinite expanse of space. Beside him were his loyal team members, Emily, Ben, Sarah, and Mark. They had trained for this mission for years, and now they were about to embark on a journey that would take them to the edge of the known universe. The mission was clear: explore a newly discovered exoplanet that might support life. The stakes were high, and the team knew the risks. They boarded their spaceship, the Odyssey, with a mix of excitement and trepidation. As the engines roared to life, Jackson couldn't help but feel a surge of pride and responsibility. Their spaceship, the Odyssey, was a marvel of modern engineering. Equipped with the latest technology, it was designed for long-term missions and had everything they needed to survive in the harsh environment of space. The crew members were experts in their fields: Emily, the navigator; Ben, the engineer; Sarah, the medical officer; and Mark, the scientist. Together, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the space station, Jackson gave a final glance at Earth. It was a beautiful, fragile blue orb in the vastness of space. He knew that their mission could change the future of humanity, and he was determined to make it a success. Chapter 2. Into the Unknown. The journey to the exoplanet was long and arduous. They spent months traveling through the void, with only each other for company. They faced numerous challenges, from mechanical failures to bouts of isolation and homesickness. But their camaraderie and shared sense of purpose kept them going. The vastness of space was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. The stars stretched out in all directions, and the silence was deafening. Despite the isolation, the crew remained focused on their mission. They conducted experiments, maintained the ship, and supported each other through the tough times. One day, as they were approaching their destination, they encountered an unexpected obstacle: a massive asteroid field. Emily skillfully navigated the ship through the treacherous terrain, avoiding collisions and ensuring their safe passage. It was a tense moment, but their teamwork and expertise saw them through. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they arrived at the exoplanet. It was a breathtaking sight, a world with lush forests, vast oceans, and towering mountains. They could hardly believe their eyes. This was the moment they had been waiting for. Chapter 3. A New World. Landing on the exoplanet was a complex operation, but they managed it with precision and care. Once on the surface, they were struck by the beauty and diversity of the landscape. The air was crisp and fresh, filled with unfamiliar scents. They set up their base camp and began their exploration. The planet was teeming with life, unlike anything they had ever seen. Strange, colorful plants and animals surrounded them, each new discovery more fascinating than the last. They collected samples, took photographs, and recorded their observations. As they delved deeper into the planet's mysteries, they encountered signs of an ancient civilization. Ruins and artifacts hinted at a once great society that had mysteriously disappeared. The team was intrigued and dedicated themselves to uncovering the secrets of this lost world. One day, while exploring a dense forest, they stumbled upon a hidden cave. Inside, they found intricate carvings and symbols that seemed to tell a story. Mark, the scientist, began to decipher the markings, revealing a tale of technological advancement and eventual decline. It was a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of their mission. Chapter 4. Disaster Strikes. Just as they were beginning to unravel the planet's secrets, disaster struck. A powerful storm swept through their camp, destroying equipment and forcing them to seek shelter. The violent winds and torrential rain battered their base, leaving them stranded and vulnerable. They managed to survive the storm, but the damage was severe. Their communication systems were down, and their supplies were running low. They knew they had to find a way to repair their equipment and re-establish contact with Earth. As they worked tirelessly to fix their broken systems, they discovered another problem: the planet's unstable geology. Earthquakes and volcanic activity threatened their safety, and they realized they couldn't stay much longer. Their situation became even more dire when they found evidence of a hostile native species. Strange, aggressive creatures began to appear, attacking their camp and forcing them to defend themselves. The team was pushed to their limits, struggling to survive in an increasingly hostile environment. Chapter 5: A Desperate Plan. With their supplies dwindling and danger all around, Jackson knew they had to act fast. They devised a desperate plan to repair their spaceship and escape the planet. It was a risky endeavor, but it was their only hope. They scavenged parts from their damaged equipment and used their ingenuity to create makeshift repairs. It was a race against time, with each day bringing new challenges and obstacles. The team worked together, using their unique skills and knowledge to overcome every hurdle. As they prepared for their escape, they made a shocking discovery. The ancient civilization they had been studying had faced a similar crisis. Their records indicated that they had attempted to leave the planet but had ultimately failed. It was a grim reminder of what could happen if they didn't succeed. Despite the odds, they managed to get their spaceship operational. It was a moment of triumph, but also one of bittersweet realization. They had grown attached to the planet and its mysteries, but they knew they had to leave. Chapter 6: The Final Push. As they launched their spaceship and left the planet's atmosphere, they encountered one final obstacle: a massive gravitational anomaly. The ship was pulled into a powerful vortex, threatening to tear it apart. Jackson and his team had to use all their skills and knowledge to navigate through the anomaly and escape its grip. It was a harrowing experience, with the ship shaking violently and alarms blaring. They worked together, each member of the team playing a crucial role in their survival. Emily's expert navigation, Ben's technical skills, Sarah's medical knowledge, and Mark's scientific expertise all came into play. After what felt like an eternity, they finally broke free from the vortex. The ship was battered and damaged, but they were alive. They set a course for Earth, hoping that their journey home would be less eventful. Chapter 7: The Long Journey Home. The journey back to Earth was long and arduous. They had limited supplies and their ship was in need of constant repairs. They faced numerous challenges, from equipment failures to health issues. But their determination and teamwork saw them through. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, they began to lose hope. The vastness of space seemed endless, and the isolation was overwhelming. But they knew they had to keep going, for themselves and for the future of humanity. One day, they received a faint signal from Earth. It was a moment of elation and relief. They knew they were not alone, and their rescue was within reach. They followed the signal, adjusting their course and pushing their ship to its limits. Chapter 8: Against All Odds. As they neared Earth, they faced one final challenge: re-entry. Their ship was damaged, and the heat shield was compromised. It was a risky maneuver, but they had no choice. They prepared for the worst, knowing that their survival depended on their skill and luck. The re-entry was a harrowing experience, with the ship shaking violently and temperatures rising. They held their breath, praying that they would make it through. Against all odds, they managed to survive the re-entry and landed safely on Earth. It was the happiest moment of their lives, knowing that their efforts were not in vain. They were greeted as heroes, and each member of the team became a symbol of courage and determination. Chapter 9: A New Beginning. Upon their return to Earth, Jackson and his team become heroes. They pass their discoveries to scientists who begin working on new technologies to secure future missions. Jackson, Emily, Ben, Sarah, and Mark prepare for new challenges, knowing their adventures are just beginning. They understand that their discoveries can change the course of human history. Jackson receives new assignments that further test his character. Emily becomes a leading expert in interstellar navigation, helping new missions navigate unknown galaxies. Sarah, with her medical discoveries, makes significant contributions to medicine, ensuring the health of future space explorers. Ben and Mark continue their research, developing new technologies and methods for exploring the universe. Conclusion. The story of Lost in the Infinite is a tale of courage, friendship, and an unwavering will to discover. It's an adventure that shows even in the darkest times, hope and the human spirit can find a way home. The heroes of this story remind us that even in the boundless cosmos, human determination and ingenuity can overcome any obstacle.